The most haunting reminders of history are not monuments still in use or manuscripts carefully preserved. They are the final traces left behind by civilizations that no longer walk this earth. Abandoned cities, broken inscriptions, half-finished tools, and the quiet absence of daily life speak louder than any chronicler. These are not warnings written for us, but messages delivered unintentionally, a testament to what happens when a society's story ends. Throughout the world, archaeologists uncover cities once vibrant with trade, governance, and culture, now frozen in time. Streets lie empty, homes crumbling, marketplaces silent. Some structures were deliberately burned or destroyed in conflict, but many were simply left behind. Families abandoned settlements, leaving possessions where they had lived. Kitchens, workshops, temples, all frozen mid-use, as if their occupants believed they would return, but never did. These remnants are the echoes of unheeded warnings, the quiet testimony of a civilization that failed to preserve itself for the future. Consider the city of Teotihuacan in Mexico. At its peak, it was one of the largest urban centers in the world, with thousands of residents, intricate roads, and monumental pyramids. Yet, it was largely abandoned by the time the Aztecs arrived centuries later. The reasons remain debated: environmental strain, internal unrest, or resource depletion. What remains is clear: the city's final inhabitants left behind the skeleton of daily life. Tools, pottery, and remnants of rituals indicate ordinary life continued until the last moment. The city speaks to us through absence, a silent message of warning that was ignored. The same pattern is evident in the Indus Valley. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa display sophisticated urban planning, sanitation systems, and complex governance. Yet, by around 1900 BCE, these settlements were largely deserted. The reasons are uncertain: climate shifts, river changes, or trade disruptions. What archaeologists observe is not sudden destruction, but the gradual cessation of activity. Evidence suggests residents maintained infrastructure until its collapse became unavoidable. The last messages are found in partially filled granaries, deserted streets, and unburied trash, reminders of how daily life can continue even as societal structures fail. In Europe, the ruins of cities abandoned after the fall of the Roman Empire carry similar testimony. Public baths fall into disrepair, roads crack, aqueducts fail. Yet daily life carries on in a reduced, localized form. Communities shrink, trade diminishes, but people continue to live, work, and worship. These traces reveal a civilization attempting to maintain its rhythm, even as the larger system collapses. The message is stark. Decline is gradual, often misunderstood, and its final stage silent, but absolute. Some civilizations attempted to send explicit warnings: inscriptions carved into stone, codices preserved in hidden locations, and ritual texts encoded knowledge meant to endure. Yet even these messages are fragmentary, often incomprehensible without context. The Maya left complex calendars and stelae chronicling cycles of rulers and cosmic events, but the meaning of some symbols remains unclear. Were these warnings? Historical records? Both? We may never know. What survives, however, points to a civilization aware of cycles, aware of consequences, and aware of limits, and yet powerless or unwilling to act decisively. Even oral traditions leave echoes. Stories of floods, famine, and societal collapse persist in myths and folk tales, suggesting that the lessons of abandoned cities lingered in memory. Over centuries, the context is lost, but fragments remain. Legends may describe a kingdom swallowed by water or a people punished by the gods. These tales are often dismissed as fantasy, yet they may contain kernels of lived experience. The warning persists, even if distorted by time. The silence of what was never written is equally powerful. The vast majority of human activity leaves no trace. Ordinary people, those who formed the backbone of civilization, are often invisible to history until their absence becomes glaring. Each lost life, each erased neighborhood, each forgotten harvest contributes to the final message of collapse. These absences are as meaningful as inscriptions or monuments. They remind us that history is not just what is preserved, but what disappears. Technology, infrastructure, and urban planning reveal the fragility of human achievement. Roads crumble without maintenance. Canals silt. Buildings collapse under neglect. Yet humans often continue routines as if the foundations will endure forever. Abandoned tools, half-completed projects, and deserted marketplaces testify to this persistence of daily life in the shadow of systemic failure. The last messages are often subtle: a layer of ash, a shard of pottery, a half-burnt scroll. But they are undeniably present. There is also a moral dimension embedded in these traces. They reveal the consequences of inaction, the cost of ignoring cumulative stress, and the inevitability of entropy when warning signs are overlooked. Every civilization, from Mesopotamia to Easter Island, left behind evidence of the decisions made or deferred. These messages are not judgmental. They do not accuse. They simply exist. They are reminders that history carries consequences, long after those who lived it have vanished. The haunting aspect of these messages is their universality. Across continents, cultures, and epochs, the pattern repeats. Thriving civilizations, gradual accumulation of stress, failure to address systemic problems, and eventual abandonment or collapse. No civilization is exempt, no geography immune. The ruins, inscriptions, and forgotten artifacts are proof. The messages are everywhere, if one knows how to read them. Modern societies, despite technology, education, and accumulated knowledge, are not immune. The traces left by ancient civilizations are warnings precisely because they are examples of what happens when awareness does not lead to action. They are silent but eloquent reminders that human systems, no matter how sophisticated, are fragile. They are a mirror of our potential futures. The past speaks to us through absence, decay, and silence. To read it is not to predict exact events, but to understand patterns, recognize vulnerabilities, and respect limits. The last messages left by lost civilizations are both caution and reflection, a testament to endurance, failure, and the quiet persistence of truth beyond the lifespans of those who lived it. History, in its most haunting form, is less a story than a set of footprints in the sand, gradually swallowed by the tide. What remains is always the message, subtle, fragmentary, and unignored only by those willing to see it. Subscribe to this channel for more. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a story lost to time.